Hello and welcome back. So I hope you watched the last video, which was a little short one about making a adapter plate for the workbench. You know, it came out pretty well and it's going to serve its purpose. So what I'm going to do over the next couple of days is make a carry case for a 28 bore lead slinger, and it's going to be fairly easy, but I'm going to do it slightly different. So we'll make the box as a whole in one video, and then the way that I'm going to do the locking mechanisms and put the hinges in and all the rest of it, and then felt line and the sort of compartmentalization of the inside, there will be in individual videos, and then I can link them. So that's what I'm going to try and do. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is make the box as a whole and then cut it open so that it lines back up, rather than making a top section and a bottom section and all the rest of it. We'll just make the box as a oneer and then cut it open. Yes, that's what we're going to do. And I've got some walnut and some other bits and bobs, so I'm going to maybe line the places where they meet with a bit of walnut stripping. It's, you know, it's not super ornate, but it's better than plywood. So that's what's going to happen. Cool, so I've cut these down now. Give them a quick plane as well. So this is 36 inches long. Hopefully you can just make out the two extremities of the ends there. And these will be brought into size. I completely forgot to press record when I was cutting them on the table saw, which is always useful. So yeah, next thing will be work out what length these need to be, put the top and bottom on. Let's do that now. So they need to be 7.5 inches internal. So what I'm going to do is cut these bang on 7.5, and I'm going to put 3/4 end like noggins on the end, made out of walnut. I just thought it'd look slightly less awful. I'm usually a big fan of the old measure once, cut twice.
Tidy.
Cool, so this is the glue up, the end bits, and then the centre bit, and I've just used these two like shims almost to just give it a bit of standoff, because they're the cools, or whatever you want to call them, at the end are slightly bigger than the ply, and that's just so that there's a bit of adjustable material, so that I can plane it all in flat or sand it or whatever, and then it'll go together nicely. So yeah, also if you haven't seen this, the ultimate bar clamp build, then I'll leave a link somewhere. I don't even know if my finger's on it. Up here? I don't know. I'll leave a link. Let's glue. Let's glue this. So next job then is cutting this box. As you see, it's a bit of a beast. Down. I did mark on there. So as you look at it now, this is the top and this is the bottom segments. This line roughly lines up with where I want to put the lid, you know, have the split. So next job is to work out how we're gonna cut this box open. So I did think about setting it up on the the table saw, bench saw, and just whipping it down. And I think that's what I'm going to do is yeah, set it up and just rip down either side. From there, I'll on the ends, I'll cut it with a handsaw, just like a tenon saw, stiff back saw, whatever you want to call it. So it's a nice neat cut, and then I've not got to have the whole of the height of the box running over the saw in case it catches on a tooth and then ends up clouting me in the head. So that's what we're going to do. So I'll set the stuff up and then bring you back in. Okay, doke, so we just started doing the walnut inlay on the inside of the box, and as you can see, it's pretty clamp intensive. That's for 2 strips, so it's a rinse and repeat job all the way along. Break one of these down the centre, you know, score it with a chisel, break it down the centre. Gently file the edges so they're smoothish, butt it nice and tight up, and then clamp it in position. Pretty simple. So just a few shots of what we're working towards then. It does require sanding, however, we'll get around to that in due course. The top flap is obviously going to look like the bottom of the box as well. Cool, so I've just started to do a bit of filing on these lock-in lugs. We'll pick that up next episode. I think this is going to be a couple of parts because it's going to be a long old build. You know, trying to get it looking decent and all the rest of it. I just want to say a big thanks to Phil Smith. He gave me the Salt Bay. He gave me the walnut years ago, and I haven't done anything with it. Just waiting for that project, and this is it. That came from a bloke who runs, I think it's Foster Tree Care, down in Gosport Way. So yeah, big thanks to them. Also, do leave a comment and like and subscribe, because it does help. And not only that, it keeps you motivated. You know, every time you log on to upload a video, there's another bod that's looking at your videos, and you're thinking, actually, this is starting to become a bit worthwhile. You know, still not got any likes, many comments though. So shoot the poop with me, and yeah, we'll see you next episode. Later, potatoes.